Supine scalenes first. Remember the anterior scalene, you get to the first rib by feeling through here. So what you want to do is you want to treat the attachments of the scalene, and also you want to treat the anterior scalene is C3 through C6. Am I correct on that, everybody? Correct me if I'm wrong. C3, first line is C3, so you want to make contact with the TPs here. Just a little hook on the fingers goes to the anterior tubercles of the transverse process. This first line is approximately C3, so I make contact with the TP and I go to the anterior portion. Static pressure and then a little friction. Come down to C4, which is my middle finger, and I can inch down, come in, TPs, and then anterior, a little friction. C5. Static pressure on the TPs, a little hook onto the anterior tubercle, and then friction. And then I think that's it. Let's see, there you go, C4. I think it's 3 through 6. If anybody can correct me, I'd be very happy.
I feel that on my scapula.
You do? In the back, that's a trigger point right there. On your scalene. Now I can follow by frictioning, cross fiber frictioning the anterior scalene, and it goes down to the first rib, so I can follow it all the way down till I hit the first rib, and it kind of, the first rib is in this shape here, like so. So as I come in, I'm going to find that anterior scalene, and I'm going to follow it down to the rib, and I'm going to static pressure on the rib. Now, if I want to shorten it, I can either shorten his head towards that and find the location on the rib here, or I can shrug the shoulder and bring it in and find it here. So this is the first attachment here. So while I'm in here, I think I'm going to go and hit the same rib attachment for the medial scalene. So I'm going to go posterior to the anterior attachment on the rib, come onto the first rib. Right here I found the scalene attachment here. So I'm inside here treating that attachment. Then I'm going to friction the medial scalene all the way up till I hit the TPs of C2 through C7. So here's C7, 7, here's 6, and I'm just on the lateral edge of the TPs, and I'm working my way up. 4, 3, 2, and 2, and here, and oh, it's getting away from me. Boop. That's the spot, right? C2 right here. Static pressure, a little cranial caudal, and medial lateral. Now that was the medial scalene. Now the posterior scalene is C3 through 6, or 4 to 6. 4 to 6. Yay, I got it. Thank you, Lord. Okay, 4 to 6. 3, drop down 1. Find the TPs. TPs here, this is 3, the first line, approximately 4 is here. Find the TPs, flip your hand over, and then just do a little scoop behind it, and you get 4, the posterior tubercles, a little medial lateral friction, cranial caudal, working your way down, 4, and then 5. This is behind the tubercles. All the same TPs, just different locations on the TPs. Here's 5, and then here's 6. This is 6 right here. Then I'm just going to friction that scalene until I find, I'm following it down. As I go following this down, I'm going to come up onto the second rib. It's deeper than the first rib, but just behind. Anterior, medial, posterior. It's behind it, closer to the neck, and right onto the second rib right here. I'm going to shorten his head to that direction. It puts me in a little bit deeper. Can you feel that right there? And then right here. Yeah, okay. Then I'm going to do a little static and then a little multi-directional. And that's the scalenes, anterior, medial, and posterior. Okay?